well and life is well and you are well and everybody is well. Hello. Good evening and welcome to the session. So I am Kriti Bhatnagar, your legal reasoning educator from 12 minutes to Clat, and in today's video we are going to be talking about detailed syllabus for your legal reasoning section in the Clat examination. So everybody generally knows what is the legal reasoning section, but nobody really knows that what is the detailed syllabus of the legal reasoning section. Now, what is the meaning of detailed syllabus? It basically means the 5 laws that we have to study for the legal reasoning section. What all do we have to cover in it? This video will help you to understand how much of the syllabus you have done throughout your preparation and how much of the syllabus is left, so that you can take a screenshot or maybe write down all the topics somewhere, and all the topics that you keep on doing, you could put a tick on it, and then you will also feel good that you have completed a particular topic in a particular law and you are good to go about that particular topic, right? Before we start the class, guys, let me tell you about the batches on 12 minutes to Clat. It is an online platform, so you can have your classes from the comfort of your house. You don't have to go anywhere and you don't have to spend time in coming and going to classes. You will have daily classes after your school, so your school will also not be disturbed. Physical books and mock tests shall be delivered to your house. 40 offline mock tests will be delivered. This batch shall be till the Clat and AILET 2026. All 5 sections will be covered. Daily question solving, 90 plus mocks, 3000 plus sectional tests, monthly current affairs compendium, separate doubt sessions. Also, if you are an introvert, don't like to ask questions in the class, then we have a doubt tab as well on which you can send your doubts. We have Shakuntala scholarship, which is 100% will be money given back to you. If you score a rank till AIR 300, you can call or WhatsApp on these numbers for assistance. This is the batch for Clat 2026. Also, we have a batch for Clat 2027 if you wish to enroll. If you enroll in these courses, you will not have to study from anywhere and only come to the classes, give your mock test, sectional test, and you will be good to go. If you like my teaching methods, you can use my code KRITIB for additional discount on these courses. Also, in this batch as well, you will get evening classes by educators. Clat 2027, the classes shall be there. All 5 sections will be covered. 500 plus classes, 120 plus mock test, 10,000 plus sectional test. All of these features shall be provided to you through the batch, and these are the Clat 2025 results from 12 minutes to Clat. If you wish to enroll with us, the description box has the link to the courses, and you can also check out the website 12minutes2clat.com. If you have any doubts, you can contact on these numbers, and you can also download our app 12 minutes to Clat from the App Store or the Play Store. Alright, let us talk about the legal reasoning detailed syllabus. So first, let's talk about what is the legal reasoning section. Legal reasoning section consists of 5 laws. So we have to prepare 5 laws when we are preparing for the legal reasoning section, starting with torts, coming to constitutional law, next will be criminal law, next will be contract law, and lastly we will have to cover miscellaneous laws. These are the 5 laws that we have to cover in the legal reasoning section of the Clat or any other legal entrance examination for that matter. Now, what is miscellaneous law section? It basically consists of all the laws apart from torts, constitutional, criminal and contracts, but it is okay, obviously there are plethora of laws. We will not be studying all of them, only the most important ones. That also we will be talking about in this session, what will be those miscellaneous laws. Basically, if we look at law, what is law? Law is basically the rules and regulations that can be enforced by a court, where you can go to a court to get your rules and regulations enforced. In case somebody violates them, then that falls under the definition of law. So we have 5 category of laws: torts, constitutional, criminal, contracts and miscellaneous. Now, law broadly can be classified into 2 categories: civil laws and criminal laws. So what are criminal laws? Criminal laws basically deal with crimes, any act that is punishable by government. What is the meaning of punishable? Punishable means any act for which you can be sent to jail, any act for which you might have to pay fine to the government, any act for which you might have to suffer from death penalty. So murder, theft, robbery, defamation as a crime, hurt, grievous hurt, trespass, mischief, all of these are criminal acts. Why? Because for them the punishment is either jail, fine or death penalty, right? Any law which does not fall under the ambit of criminal law falls under the ambit of civil law. So we have torts falling under the ambit of civil law. What is torts? Remedy for violation of your legal rights. So I am sure all of you know that we have certain legal rights that are given to us. What are legal rights? Rights given to a person via law, via any act. For example, we have a right to contract, right to equality, right to religion, right to constitutional remedies, right to vote, right to property, right to right against exploitation, right to freedom. All of these are legal rights. Why? Because they have been given to us via different laws. So tort, when obviously if you are given certain rights, they can also be violated. So whenever any person violates your legal rights, it falls under, remedy will fall under tort law. You will approach court for remedy under tort law. If you don't want to send them to jail, you want a civil remedy. Civil remedy could be compensation, could be injunction. What is compensation? Money paid to the person with whom the wrong has occurred by the person who has done the wrong. Second is contract law. So contract deals with agreements. Whenever two parties enter into an agreement where one of them refuses to put up with their side of the bargain, then a case can be filed against them under civil law for contracts. For example, I buy a phone for 40,000 from B and B refuses to pay even after I have sent him the phone. So this is a violation of contract law. There was an agreement, we agreed on doing something for each other in which he is not keeping his part of the bargain. Then we have our constitutional law. Again, constitutional law basically tells us how the country functions, what are the rights of people in this country, how is citizenship granted, do we live in a democracy, do we have a parliamentary form of government, presidential form of government, what kind of country we are living in, what kind of country we want to make, what kind of rights people have. All of that is given under constitutional law. Then comes miscellaneous laws. All the laws apart from these four major laws will fall under miscellaneous laws. So let us have an insight into the detailed syllabus of all these 5 laws, starting with tort law. So what all would we be studying under tort law? First topic shall be essential of a tort. What is a tort? When do we say a tort has been committed? When do we say a tort has not been committed? Second, tort and other wrongs, meaning the difference between torts, crime and criminal and contract law and constitutional law will be dealt in this topic. Liquidated damages and unliquidated damages, and what damages are given in tort law. What are damages? Compensation is also known as damages. Next topic will be general defenses. General defenses basically mean the defenses used by the defendant to not be made liable, basically where the defendant is the party who has committed the wrong. So sometimes it may be possible that a defendant committed a wrong, committed a tort, but he is justified in doing so if his case falls under any of the general defenses. Then certain important maxims of tort law. What are maxims? Legal principles used by court to explain a point. So we have ubi remedium, EB jus ubi remedium, volendi non fit injuria, damnum sine injuria, res ipsa locutor. These will be our important maxims. Discharge of torts, how will a tort end, when compensation will be provided. Remedies available, so we have compensation, injunction, we have restoration of properties as remedies under torts. Damages, what are the different types of compensation that should be dealt with. Injunction, temporary, permanent, joint tort feasors, and when will we say a joint tort has been committed. Defamation is a specific type of tort. How will torts be applicable in domestic disputes? For example, if a child commits a tort, a 7-year-old boy commits a tort, will his father, mother be made liable? Will there be tortious liability between husband and wife? Restitution in torts, how will the person whose right has been violated be given a remedy? Then coming to specific type of torts, nuisance, trespass to property, trespass to person, malicious prosecution, passing off, strict and absolute liability, vicarious liability, negligence, causation and remoteness, reasonable man, sovereign immunity, and lastly, the most important case laws of tort. For example, we have Ashby versus White, Gloucester grammar case will be some of the important tort law cases. So, because as we have seen this year, certain legal GK questions were asked in the Clat examination, they can ask again. They might ask you the leading case law of, let's assume, voluntary non-fit injuria. So, we should know the answer to the same. So, these are the topics we have to cover in tort law. You can make a list of this list in a copy, or you can just take a screenshot and put it somewhere where you can tick off the topics you have done for the examination. Next, coming to contract law, what are the topics we have to cover for contracts? So first of all, we should know what is an agreement, contract, proposal, acceptance, invitation to offer. We should know the difference between all these terms. Second most important topic will be consideration. What is privity of contract? What is privity of consideration? What are the exceptions of consideration? Then free consent, what is a valid contract, voidable contract, void contract, contract made under fraud, misrepresentation, undue influence, coercion, mistake will be dealt under this topic. Legality of object, when contracts are illegal, exceptions, trade, marriage, and such topics we'll have to cover. Discharge of contract, when will we say a contract has been discharged? Novation, performance of contract, breach of contract. Then coming to special types of contract, bailment, pledge, agency, indemnity, we'll have to study. Guarantee, we will have to study. Damages, how are damages decided under tort law? Certain basics of specific relief act to understand some questions that might be asked in the Clat exam. Partnership basics and quantum merit. Now these are the topics we have to cover in contracts. In case again if you don't know what to study, this could be your guide. You can just Google these topics so that you can cover contract law faster. Or if you enroll in the classes, in the legal reasoning classes, I cover all of these topics and you can tick them off. Yes, we have done this in class and I know what this topic is about. Next, coming to criminal law, the topics, detailed topics of criminal law. So what is a crime, types of punishment, how much burden of proof is required, actus reus and mens rea. Then different offences. So offences against human body, culpable homicide, murder, rash and negligent act, dowry death, abetment to suicide, attempt to suicide is no more a crime. Hurt and grievous hurt, criminal force assault, wrongful restraint, wrongful confinement, abduction, kidnapping. Then general defences under criminal law we will have to cover. Offences against state, offences against women and obscenity, for example rape, sexual harassment. Then obviously any more we will not be reading IPC, but BNS related special sections related to these offences. Then offences against marriage, adultery, joint liability in criminal law, Inchoate offences means offences related to their attempt, when attempt can be made punishable. And then offence against property: theft, extortion, robbery, dacoity, criminal misappropriation, criminal breach of trust, forgery, mischief, and trespass. Rajsi, I will just take your question after we are done with the session. Coming to constitutional law, so what are the topics we'll be covering? Constitutional history for GK purpose. Sometimes legal GK or in the CA section, they might ask you certain questions related to constitutional history. Preamble, Union and its territories, citizenship, fundamental rights, most important chapter in the constitutional law section, subject. Writs under fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties, union, power of president to grant pardon and to suspend, remit or commute sentences, judiciary, governor, union territories, and important doctrines under the constitution. For example, doctrine of basic structure, severability. Constitutional bodies, constitutional committees, again for GK purposes, important committees for GK purposes. Tribunals, official languages, emergency amendments, last articles of the constitution, important case laws, important amendments, and schedules. These will be the topics for constitutional law. Hi Harshi, how are you? Now coming to the last laws that we will have to cover in the legal reasoning section will be miscellaneous laws. So certain basics of Consumer Protection Act, IPR basics, family law, administrative law basics will be the topics we will have to cover in the legal reasoning section. And legal current affairs. Now legal current affairs does not mean that you have to study as much as you study current affairs. Only the most important Supreme Court judgments, most important new laws that have come into existence will be our legal CA that will be covered with your CA itself. So these are going to be the topics we have to study in legal reasoning section, guys. Now I'll take up all your doubts. If you are struggling as to where to prepare from, you can keep these topics as your empty notebook. You can Google these topics, or if you enroll in the 12 minutes to Clat classes, I will cover all these topics. You will not have to study from anywhere else. Just come to the classes and your syllabus shall be completed, and give the mock test, sectional test. So after each law, for example, once we are done with tort law, I will give you a passage based quiz as well on all the topics of tort law, so that you have practiced questions related to that law and nothing gets unchecked. So alright, I will be taking up your questions now. I just finished 10th board and I want to do Clat. I have taken PCM B for 11th. Rajsi, that is okay. I took PCM as well. Did not take biology, did not have that hard, but good for you, congratulations. And yes, definitely you can clear Clat. You have 2 years to prepare for the examination, well, 1.5 years to prepare for examination. You can start with first of all going to the Clat Consortium website. Go and visit the Clat Consortium website, read everything on the official website related to Clat UG, and then you can just download the Clat 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022 question paper, and read on all the questions given so as to get an idea how the Clat question paper is. Try to get an rough idea as to what you have to do and how much of the question paper could you understand. Then you can decide whether you want to study on your own. Like for example, if it is me, I like a guided preparation. I have always been like that. So if you want, you can enroll with us. We have just started a course for Clat 2027, SHIKHAR. You can get the link in the description box, or you can visit our website 12 minutes to Clat, or call on the numbers that I just told you. And then you can just start giving your mock test and you will be good to go. In the next 2 years, you will be AIR 1. Okay? Can you give some suggestions what you can practice for Clat? So practice reading speed. Make sure that you are reading a lot of newspapers, you are reading certain novels in the beginning so that you develop your reading speed. Comprehension should be clearer because it is a passage based question paper. Do more comprehension based questions. Apart from that, just attend classes and you will be, with time you will understand the concepts and you will be good to go. Side by side give mocks, start giving mocks within 2 weeks of preparation, so that till the time Clat comes you would have given as much as mock test possible. Alright, Sambhav, this is a question that only Keshav sir can answer. So in his class, you can ask him. So I hope this session was helpful, guys. If this was helpful, please do share it with your friends. And in case you have any query, I'm not able to take it up right now, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a great and beautiful and amazing day and week ahead. See you next week. See you in the classes. Take care and have a great day, guys. Bye bye and see you.